What's the reason of waking up? I want something more. I want कि एक another reason मिले कि to push myself physically. Gym and fitness became my passion. So I thought, why not give myself a chance? When I told them that I want to compete as an engineer, they're like, you're just completely sidetracked. Like, this is not what we do. What are people going to say that you're an engineer? You get paid to go to the gym and travel the world, and that's it. That's how easy it is, right?
Hello, my name is Saurabh, and it's a pleasure and honor to have Bhuvan Chauhan with us. Bhuvan, thank you so much for your time. Bhuvan, could you talk to us about your journey? Because in India, a lot of families they say कि भाई बेटा हुआ तो engineering कर ले. But आपका story अलग है. Your story starts after you graduated, and then so talk to us about your journey.
Yeah, I think I come from the same kind of background, typical middle class family where the mindset is to get education. And education usually involves like either becoming an engineer or going to medical school or going any of those professional fields. For me, it was always engineering before I was in my first grade. So that was the goal. But engineering के बाद nobody really told me कि उसके बाद क्या होता है, right? So while I was doing my engineering and while I was in school, I always had a passion towards sports. That passion towards sports became passion towards fitness when I was studying engineering in my college. And then when I graduated and I had a job, it became very boring. Like, सुबह जाना है 9 to 5. रोज उठना है. What's the reason of waking up? First 2 months तो बहुत excitement होती है. Your new job, new company, dressing up in shirt and pant and everything. I was so excited. But उसके बाद 2 महीने के बाद it's like, okay, I want something more. I want कि एक another reason मिले कि to push myself physically, because I was always this mental and physical aspect needed. So that's how I started, like, कि ठीक है, I want to compete. Because gym तो start हो गया था school में, university में, but competing started. And I think throughout the years, after a couple of years, that whole passion, I realized what my passion was. I was really good at engineering, but that was not my passion. Gym and fitness became my passion. So I thought, why not give myself a chance and try to make that passion a profession? And that's after 7 years, here we are.
Right. So when exactly did you realize that I want to make my passion into a career?
So after I turned pro, I always, like, when I was in university, when I used to go to the gym, I used to all watch these fitness models and people on YouTube. I was like, oh, that's a pretty great life. You get paid to go to the gym and travel the world, and that's it. That's how easy it is, right? So I was like, it'll be nice to have a life like that one day. And then when I turned pro, I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I really do want to give myself 1 year, just 1 year of having the freedom of not balancing my full-time job and losing on sleep and whatnot. I just want to wake up, go to the gym, come back, eat my meal, chill, do some planning, go to the gym again and do that. If अगर 1 साल के बाद नई चीजें काम करती हैं और अगर ऐसा सस्टेन भी नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ मैं अपने आप को, then ठीक है, दोबारा नया जॉब, नई कंपनी स्टार्ट दोबारा कर लेंगे, सेम चीज करते रहेंगे. पूरी लाइफ रखी है इंजीनियरिंग भी करने के लिए और एमबीए भी रखने के लिए. But somehow I never had to go back. Things started adding up and started getting better and better. Pro debuts, say, businesses, say, sponsorships. And I was like, okay, I never have to go back to my engineering job again.
So, was your family always supportive of?
So my family was supportive of me going to the gym, and they liked that I had that balance. But after a year or two, they saw that I was getting too much into it, where I'm like spending 3 hours and 4 hours in the gym, and they never enjoyed that. They never liked that. They're like, hey, you need to focus on your engineering career. You're getting distracted. You're getting sidetracked. And then when I told them that I want to compete as an engineer, they're like, you're just completely sidetracked. Like, this is not what we do. What are people going to say that you're an engineer and going to this bodybuilding show and wearing all these trunks and all that. So it was hard at the beginning. But then when I quit that job and this became my profession, I think they really saw the potential and like how passionate I was, and I was able to make a living out of it. And when people started recognizing me, they started recognizing my parents in India. I think it was at that point that they're like, oh, you know what? I like it. We like it. Like your cousins are talking about you. Your people are recognizing us. So then they accepted and they were supportive about it.
I think you moved to Canada.
Yes.
So how do people perceive sports differently in these two countries?
I think the in India it's always like a sport is a secondary thing. You need to be first in academics and focus on that. And जब आप 10th class में आते हो, you're like after 10th they don't want you to play sports anymore. You know, they want to focus on those coaching classes and this and that and go into university and get a career. But the difference in West is like whether you're in 10th grade or 11th grade, they have a very good balance. And no parent actually tells the child that, hey, just go study, forget about sports. They let you make your decision for yourself. And there's sports scholarships for, yahan pe bhi hai, but they just let the children choose their own passion. Here, we tell them what to do. So I think they kind of miss out on that passion aspect. And then later on, they realize, oh, I hate my job, right? And they want something else. But I think that's less common there than here.
One, how does coaching and everything work in the sport of bodybuilding?
I think it's grown a lot over the years. I remember when I first started going to the gym, there was no concept of coaches. I didn't even know what a coach was. For the first 8 years of my life going to the gym, I didn't know what coach was. This whole industry started as social media grew. So did the number of coaches grew. And now it's like, okay, you don't have to research. I used to research every day on bodybuilding forums, magazines, make my notes, make mistakes, learn from them, make mistakes, learn from them. A coach comes in place where you don't have to make the mistakes. You just follow like a teacher and coast into it. So I think that's a good thing we have now, but you don't have to waste that time in doing the trial and error, and you can trust a coach, a good coach, and then you're set.
Any message you would like to give to people who want to pursue their passion?
Yeah, absolutely. I really feel like everybody should ask themselves in the morning what's the first thing they think about when they wake up. If it's not your job that you're excited about, and if it's not that you're looking forward to, I think it's kind of time to think about what your passion truly is. And if you don't have a passion, then it's time to kind of try different things and find that. Every single human, every single person needs to have this reason of waking up or what drives them, and that you can only get when you try different things. If you don't like singing, you try dancing. If you don't like dancing, you go to sports. You don't like sports, you go to the gym. You don't like the gym, you do yoga. You don't like yoga, you go to Pilates. You don't like Pilates, you go to UFC. You can do so many things, martial arts, but you have to try all of them to find out what you really like. Just like in school, when you're studying like 6 subjects and they let you choose PCM, PCB, or you want a commerce or arts. Same thing happens in life. So I think passion is very important to wake up and drive. We have limited life. Why do something you hate just for a paycheck? Why not? With this social media and the world that we are living in now, I think if you love what you do, you can definitely make a living out of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.